Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast Luna. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of Vintage Matchbox Mondays, or should I say on a Tuesday. This video, by the time you lot get it, it will be on the Tuesday. Just didn't get a chance to do it. This sometimes happens. So I'm doing the Vintage Matchbox Mondays episode on a Tuesday. Anyway, with that, we will get straight into it. I always try not to miss making my Vintage Matchbox Mondays episodes if I can help it. But without further ado, we're going to take a look at some more from my own collection today. I didn't have a chance to go back to that shop. There's no problems there, he is open. Again, by the time this video's gone out, I will have already picked up some more for next week's video. But this week, we're going to take a look at just basically vintage pickups and tow trucks. So anyway, we'll get straight into it and take a look at what it is I'm going to be showing. So let's put the camera down in usual fashion, like that. And the first one is going to be this, I believe it's called Tojo, and I've got quite a few. I had quite a few of these in my collection, but I've actually got rid of them all. This is the tidiest one I've got. I used to have a lot of play-worn cars in my collection, and when I first started collecting, that was all I could get before I knew how to get better looking pieces. This particular piece I got on a job lot, and this was the tidiest one. It still had both its hooks and most of its paint. I mean, it is a little bit play-worn, but it's acceptable. But this is the Matchbox Super Fast, yeah, Tojo. But like I said, I have actually got rid of most of my play-worn stuff. I think out of about 150 cars, I've only got about 30 now of the ones that I eventually want to restore, because I've been buying so much good Matchbox nowadays that there's no point. Just keep buying everything you see. But anyway, so this is the Tojo. It has seen slightly better days, but it is in good enough condition. Like I said, it does still have both its tow hooks, so that's going to be the first piece. And then even older again, and I think this is, a little look, 8-wheel crane. This is from the 60s, off the top of my head, sort of mid 60s, on the plain wheel, black wheels. And again, I did think about restoring this, and I actually don't mind this, it's not too bad. And when I said I got rid of some of my play-worn stuff, they really were beaten up. I used to buy anything that was Matchbox, and I had all the intentions to restore them all at some point, but I actually don't really enjoy restoring my cars anymore. I love making customs, and I love showing Matchbox, but I don't actually enjoy restoring them, because the fact is they're only really original once. But again, this is quite rare in the respect that it still has its tow hook, so pretty cool. And really it's more of a crane than a tow truck, but I couldn't resist showing it. What we're going to look at next, this is a particular favourite of mine. This awesome Ford pickup. I think it's based on the F-150, I think. I'm not sure. Have a little closer look if we can. Yeah, F-150. But very, very cool piece. Loads of suspension. And it's funny because these are fetching quite silly money, but I got this for a good price, and that's the interest for me. I love trying to find good, clean Matchbox for good prices. It's not so enjoyable where you have to have it and you ain't frightened to pay the prices. I like to try, and the challenge for me is to find it in good condition at a good price. So that is, so what one is this? It won't be called the, it is, can we see it? Can't see it. Flare side, something like that. Anyway, pretty cool. Going back to the tow trucks, we got this 24-hour breakdown van, and again this is another survivor car. Didn't pay a lot for it. Still has the functioning car lift tow part. Has faded slightly, but that doesn't matter at all. It's got a nice stance to it. As you can see, it does sit with a slight rake, which is pretty cool. And there's another old one, and this is a little look underneath. See what we can see. It's a little look. So it says, can't see it. Kennel truck, 1968 copyright, I believe. But said again, it's the traditional wheels. Hasn't got the back piece anymore, the glass or the animals, but it's still very cool. And again, based on the F100 as far as I'm aware of. So very, very cool piece. And I keep meaning to try and find, because you can get the bits for these. You can get the little glass dome or plastic dome, and you can get the animals, but I'll get there one day. So that is that. Again, that wasn't very expensive. And then staying with that type of thing, we have got the newer sort of similar version, super fast version. So you see it does say number 57, Rollermatics wildlife truck, and this one obviously is in fantastic condition. As you can see, it has all its paper stickers, not a mark on it. Or one little chip there, that'll be from the factory possibly, and obviously it does still, the line spins around the back. But I don't know what it is about this casting, I just really like it. And it will be from the later, probably about 76 I expect. So let's say 73, oh no, that's wrong, 73. But anyway, so that is very cool. So I will just quickly put that away back in its box. So that is the wildlife truck, and they do another one. They also do a white one with like zebra stripes. Staying with the boxed theme, we've got this one, which is the 4x4 open back truck, which is a very weighty piece. So very cool. And they continued this on. Now this is from, it says 81, but this did go right on through the Macau years, and there was some different variations of this. The Matchbox did a lighter orange and a darker orange, and then there was some other variations of this, but I am happy to have this original one. And again, it's never been played with. It's got a little bit of box rub on it, but very cool. So there we go. Just stick the box on the side. A couple of slightly newer pieces here, but they are approaching 20-year-old, so I thought, why not? This can be shown. This, I believe, was a treasure hunt of some sort once upon a time. I did actually open this. This was actually boxed, and the card did say treasure, bonus treasure or something. I can't remember now. I think it came with some little weird little treasure like thing on the thing that you opened up on the actual blister pack, but I can't remember now, if I'm completely honest. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. But this is pretty cool, and this is obviously the Ford SVT Lightning, I think it is. Look, let's say, let's see. Let's get the extra zoom on. There we go, Ford F-150 Lightning. What did I say, SVT? Brain switched off for a second. Pretty cool. Probably the newest piece I'm going to show today. Another relatively modern piece compared to the others. Is this obviously this El Camino. Again, I'm not sure. This came in. I think I got this in a 5-pack, or it was a tubed pack. It's pretty cool. Let's have a a look. I'm not quite sure of the date on this, to be honest. Yeah, I think this was about 2000-ish. So it's over 20-year-old, but in awesome condition. Another one very similar to what I showed earlier, but it's not actual fact. The one I showed earlier, I think, was based more along the lines of a Chevy pickup. I think someone did say to me that this was a 2 seconds. Sorry about that, I was being shouted. Someone said this is based on a Toyota Hilux, I believe, but this is the one I was on about. They are similar. They're not. This is based on a Ford. I think this is based on a Chevy, but someone did say that it's probably based on a Toyota Hilux. But they are very similar. But anyway, so it is the red Aspen Ski Holidays. I've got another variation of this. This is a very, very cool piece. Pretty much done now. A couple more pieces. This is one that it isn't a restoration, this is a customization basically. This was something that was quite tatty. Originally it was red and white, and I decided to do it in shell colours and do it white and yellow and refurb the car. So it's got the original wheels being re-chromed and the glass has been polished and the light is original. It's all original, it's just basically a different coat of paint, different colour scheme, and some tampos, different colour tampos. I think this was an Esso truck originally, but I made it into a shell truck, so it is loosely a custom. But I do like the way it turned out in what seems to be recently my favourite colour. I've got a thing about spraying cars yellow recently, a bit like Mike from Mike Espo does everything in gold. I've been doing everything in yellow. You get a sort of colour in your head, and you just sort of find yourself doing every vehicle in that colour. But pretty cool. And then the last piece, I'll show it just because it's always in view. I leave this out on my counter in the backs of my videos. Funnily enough, this is a really common casting, but it took me the longest time to find one. I didn't want to spend money on these. These can be, you know, fairly pricey if you find one mint in box. And I eventually found this for a couple of pounds in my favourite vintage die-cast shop, and it is awesome. And it's in nice enough condition for me, and that's why it sits on my table in most of my videos. But anyway, bit of a weird one today, I know. It just didn't happen yesterday, too late, everything was going on, so hence why I've done it today. I've got a day off today, and even though I've had a day off today, I am still sounding tired. I feel tired, so if I sound unenthusiastic, I do apologise. Just trying to catch up on everything. But anyway, with that, please like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more Vintage Matchbox Mondays episodes. They will be back on Monday again next week. Then tomorrow will be movie car mania episode of some sort tomorrow. I have finished off my custom pretty much, but I think I'm going to try and hold that off until Friday rather than show it early. But anyway, I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.